for the Christians in the USSR. So in this book, we follow Mikhail as he moves from one prison camp to another and from one arrest to another. He was actually a father of two, and he ended up being mostly absent, as we learn from the book, mostly absent from his children's lives. He always describes how if you read the book, you always see how they were always coming to visit him in prison. And the time period that he captured in this book, or in the letters that he wrote in this book, spanned 20 years. Imagine being absent from the life of your children, more or less, for 20 whole years. It was their mother that was mostly around. So in this book, he describes how the court processes went, how the justice system was very unfair, and then he describes in great detail what life was like in the prison camps, and how it was during when they were being transported from one prison to another. The descriptions were just like very, very horrible. You would just like picture yourself in this situation and you imagine how human beings survive and come out of such situations. So that is just what he was talking about in this book. And the total number of letters in this book are 33. So each letter as the days go by, he writes to his sons describing his experiences to them. And in the end, one of his sons actually ended up following the path of his father, being very, very active in the church, and he also ended up being arrested because of his faith. So the terrible experiences that his father described in this book did not even deter him from pursuing a career as a missionary or as an evangelist. So the letters, they read like, if you're a Christian and if you have read any of the letters of St. Paul, that is how they actually read. Most of them were about his experiences. The rest were about words of exhortation to his children, to his family. And the remaining ones were about asking them questions about life and the decisions they are going to make, and then requesting their feedback. And we get to know from this book that Mikhail Korev, was a very, very outspoken leader of the church in the USSR. And of course, not all the leaders were outspoken. And that was one of the main reasons why he went to prison, or he went to prison